Living in a big city like Beijing, you can see how popular running is becoming in the number of people out pounding the pavement every day and sharing their training achievements on social media.
你想跑的话，每个周末都有比赛。
But why is this running craze sweeping across China? In public squares and open spaces across China, from Beijing to Guizhou, you can find members of the older generation square dancing. The music they dance to and steps they follow differ only slightly, however.
就它是有一些共性存在。
So why is this? A set of animated GIFs designed by China's top anti-corruption watchdog has been shared hundreds of thousands of times on popular messaging super app WeChat. So why are so many people interested in these Central Commission for Discipline Inspection GIFs?
我今天计划跑一个半马吧，差不多21公里这样子。如果太冷的话，我可能会去健身房跑一下步，但是尽量不要去停下训练。
Li Chunian has a full-time, office-based job, and like many white-collar workers, she doesn't get much time off. But what she does get, she spends long-distance running.
其实我的工作不算太清闲，但是我觉得运动对生活是一个很好的良性的循环，所以我会尽量的去抽时间去平衡这些事情。比如说晚上如果加班的话，就早上起早点去运动；如果不加班的话，我就会尽量推掉别的事情，然后以运动为主。
This is Beijing's Olympic Forest Park. Every day, nearly 1 million people go running in Beijing, according to the State General Administration of Sports. That's about 1 in 20 of the city's permanent population. So it's no surprise to see friends sharing exercise selfies and posting training routes on social media. So have you heard of Li Fuyue, the runner who works at this university?
听说过。
我认识福越哥已经很长时间了，这真的是能称得上是民间高人。
On Beijing Normal University campus, a heavily tanned man goes running every day. Almost all the students here have heard of him. His name is Li Fuyue, and he's known as a bit of a mystery among Beijing's runners. For him, long-distance running is just a hobby. The rest of the time, he works as a maintenance man.
到吃饭时间了，工友都去吃饭，我不能吃饭，我先去训练。
And how are you planning on training today?
今天打算跑个3环。
Every Friday, he runs the 80 kilometers from university back to his home in Miyun, on the outskirts of Beijing. This only forms a part of his training though, the details of which he shares with the world via the handwritten notes he posts to his microblog.
Unlike many professional runners, Li doesn't have any corporate sponsors
Or a personal trainer. He created his training regime with the help of a retired professor from the university, and has since took part in more than 60 long-distance runs across China, placing highly in each, making him somewhat of a grassroots legend.
I've heard it takes 8 hours for you to run to your home from university, and that's such a long time. So what do you do to occupy your mind? What do you think about?
我回家用了8个小时，这个时间也反正跟正常生活一样。我把思想都用在这跑步上，没有别的什么思想胡思乱想的。每一步都像锤子一样敲打我的身体，让我身体更加强壮，意志更加坚强。以后遇到什么困难，我都能够坚持过下去。
Do you find that there are many races to take part in China?
其实现在中国就马拉松赛事挺多的，如果你想跑的话，每个周末都有比赛。
In 2016, 328 marathons or similar events registered with the China Athletics Association were held across 133 cities. Last year, there were more than 500, equivalent to about 10 every weekend on average. The busiest day was November 19th, when marathons were held in 14 cities, with 160,000 people taking part. As the marathon scene in China heats up, more and more Chinese runners are heading overseas. There were 1,500 at the 40th Chicago Marathon last year, triple the number in 2016.
我最远的去过香港，虽然这也不是国外，但是对我来说是很远的地方了。现在国内比赛各种比赛都很多，奖金也挺高的，在国内参加比赛也挺好的。
The number of marathons being held in China has exploded in recent years. It has been suggested that when per capita gross domestic product reaches $5,000, there's a rise in so-called leisure consumerism, of which running is a part. This has been dubbed the marathon phenomenon. Okay, see you later. Bye. In 2010, only 13 marathons were held in China. A year later, that number was 22. Today, as the country's per capita GDP has reached heady new heights, hundreds of marathons are being held, with millions of participants.
Each year, more and more high-level athletes take part in Chinese races, and the prize money on offer is increasing too, leading 45-year-old Li to set his sights ever higher. China's marathon boom owes much to the support it has received from local governments across the country, as holding a marathon is seen as a great way to advertise a city and show it off to the wider world.